Although Vallow will spend the rest of her life in prison, we're not even halfway through the trials in this case. The trial of Lori's fifth husband, Chad Daybell, is set for next spring here in Boise, just as Lori's was.
And Chad faces 3 counts of first-degree murder as well, and 3 counts of conspiracy to commit murder in the deaths of JJ, Tylee, and Tammy. Abby Davis talked with a local defense attorney about whether Lori's sentencing today could impact Chad's trial.
Well, during Lori's trial, attorney David Leroy says her defense saw about 80% of the trial the state might use in Chad's trial. He says both sides have a good idea about what worked and what didn't.
Life imprisonment with no possibility of parole.
Now that Lori-Vallow's sentencing is over,
I thought it was a very proud moment for Idaho jurisprudence.
it's time to look ahead to her co-defendant and fifth husband, Chad Daybell's trial. Chad is charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder and conspiracy in the deaths of Lori's children, JJ Vallow and Tylee Ryan, and his late wife, Tammy Daybell. He's also charged with insurance fraud and grand theft related to their deaths. Chad's trial is set to start April 1st, 2024 in Ada County.
How do you think the decision today will affect Chad's case going forward?
I think it will give the defense lawyers in Chad's case more data points upon which to ponder what their best choices are.
Former Idaho Attorney General and defense attorney Dave Leroy says the death penalty is still on the table, although both sides could come up with a plea agreement.
These are dreadful crimes and may be fully deserving of the death penalty if someone is convicted of the allegations. So it's hard to guess that the prosecutor would be open to that possibility.
If Chad's case does go to trial, Leroy says there will be a lot of crossover from what was said during Lori's.
Chad himself is charged with the homicide of his wife. Lori was not charged with that homicide. She was merely charged with the conspiracy. So the evidence as to Tammy will be new and will be different in some particulars. The rest of the case, except for the grand theft of the child's money, should be identical.
It's the thought of hearing and seeing all that evidence again that makes Vicki Hoban nervous. She's Tammy's aunt.
It just is an assault on your heart, on your brain, on just everything. It's like opening a wound.
Hoban says she's not sure what to think about a possible plea deal.
I would like to not have to go through it again, and I, at the same time, almost think living your life in prison is worse than the death penalty. I don't know how I feel about it.
To clarify what I said earlier, I was talking about Chad's defense team. His defense attorney, John Pryor, was at most of Lori's trial. Leroy says Pryor will be looking at any possible holes in the prosecution's arguments. He also says it's important that people remember Chad is innocent until proven guilty. Even though a judge sentenced Lori in Idaho, she also has 2 additional conspiracy to commit murder cases in Arizona. So that's also important to remember.
Right. She's been indicted on one of those. And Abby, it's interesting too, because Gene Fisher, who we've interviewed many times, former chief deputy prosecutor of Ada County, told me several months ago during Lori's trial that actually a lot of people haven't paid attention to this case. We have, because we're in media and people that consume this, but there are quite a few people in Ada County that they're going to find, and it's difficult when they go through jury selection to find those people that haven't had any media exposure, but there are going to be people that haven't seen this case play out.
Bigger pool in Ada County.
Exactly. All right, Abby, thank you.